This video will show you how to start a survey and record a measurement. There are two ways to open a survey. Either you can launch it from a map, which I will show you later, or you can open it through the Survey 123 app. To start a survey, simply click on the icon on either your mobile device or on your computer. Click on the survey. If you do not see your survey at this point, use the next method that I will show you to open up a survey. Click on Collect. The second way to start a survey is from a launch web mapping application. To use this, you should have received an email from IDWR telling you that your new survey is ready, along with a link to your launch map. To view this on your computer, simply click on the link on your computer. To view it on your mobile device, forward this email to an email that you can access from your mobile device and open it from there. Click on the link. This will open up a map that shows you the diversions in your water district. When you view this map on your mobile device, the map should zoom in and move with you as you are moving around. If that is not happening, click on this button to have the map zoom to your current location. Click on the point to open the pop-up and then click on Open in Survey 123. You will start out by collecting basic information about today's visit. The visit date should be automatically populated with today's date. You can change that by clicking on the little calendar and picking a different date. Next, click the checkbox in front of person doing the survey. We have organized the diversions by its water source. In this case, because you launched it from the map, that is not a big deal because it's already populated. But if you were to start the survey from the Survey 123 app, as I showed you first, you will start by using the drop-down to click the source. It will automatically narrow down the list of diversions you can choose from in the question just below it. If IDWR has the information prior to the creation of the survey, the diversion type will be pre-programmed. Since measurements taken in an open channel are different than a measurement recorded at a closed conduit diversion, the survey will pull up your next questions based on the choice that you make here. The next question asks you what you are doing today. The survey by default assumes that you are taking a measurement. If you are doing an inventory instead, then you would uncheck the box in front of measurement and check the box in front of inventory instead. It is also possible to do both in the same survey. In this case, we will continue to record a measurement. Since the measurements taken in an open channel are different than a measurement recorded at a closed conduit diversion, the survey will pull up the next questions based on the choice you make here. Let's look at both types, starting with the open channel. For information purposes, we have included a list of all the water rights before recording the actual measurement. If you want to view those, click on the little arrow on the left-hand side. All the water rights are pulled from the IDWR database at the time the survey was created. If there is more than one water right, then they are listed in order of priority date, with the oldest water rights listed at the top. Note that for each water right, the water number, owner, priority date, and maximum diversion rate is recorded. It also states from how many diversions, including the one you're currently working with, this particular water right can divert water from. To close this list, simply click the triangle again or simply scroll down. Next, the survey wants to know how the measurement was derived. Did you measure it? Did you use a different method, such as estimating, calculating, or interpolating, to derive the flow rate of water at this diversion? If there is a gauge, was this gauge mounted or handheld, or is this a direct read? If there is no gauge, then click None. At this point, depending how the information IDWR has available at the time the survey is set up, you can either enter the cubic feet per second for the flow as currently shown in the video, or you may be presented with a question that asks you to type in the gauge reading. Let's first see what happens when you are asked to enter the cubic feet per second, and then I'll show you the other scenario afterwards. As soon as you type in the flow rate, in this case 1 cubic feet per second, it will tell you how many water rights there are. In this example, there's only one water right, and the whole flow rate you recorded will be applied to this one water right. At this point, I'm going to back up a little bit and see what the survey looks like if instead the survey is not asking you to type in the CFS, but rather is asking you to enter in a gauge reading. If IDWR has access to the rating tables for a specific open channel measurement device, we can program those tables directly into your survey. So instead of taking a gauge reading, looking up the value in a table that you may have brought with you in the field, and then typing that CFS into the survey, you can skip those steps altogether and the survey will do the lookup for you. I'm going to open up a different diversion that I know has one of those rating tables. As you can see, instead of asking you to type in the CFS, it's asking you to enter the gauge reading. It will tell you the type of open channel device that is installed and the range of gauge readings that can be looked up in the table. In this case, you can enter any value between 0.20 and 0.60. If your gauge reading is above or below, then you will need to figure out the CFS yourself, because those values are not included in your rating table. Let's assume that your gauge reading is 0.3. It is really important to use 2 decimal points. So instead of typing in 0.3, type in 0.30. And notice that the cubic feet per second is automatically populated. Here again, since there's only one water right, the whole cubic feet per second will be assigned to this one right. I have shown you 2 scenarios to enter measurement information for open channel devices, either without or with a rating table built into the survey. Now let me show you how to enter measurements for closed conduit measurement devices. To show you how measurements are entered for a closed conduit device, I have pulled up yet another diversion. Many of those closed conduits have a measurement device, like a flow meter, that can both record instantaneous flow rates or a totalizer volume, which is the total cumulative amount of water that has been measured by this device up until this point. You can choose to record the instantaneous flow rate, the totalizer, or both. I will show you how to record the instantaneous flow rate first. Enter the rate unit. As you can see, the survey is pre-populated with gallons per day. And as soon as you enter a flow rate, for example 1000, you can see that it will convert this in cubic feet per second. Let me pull up another survey that has a closed conduit flow meter. Note how this survey has the added words also in WMIS. WMIS stands for the Water Measurement Information System. This is an information system mostly for groundwater diversions. For those diversions in your survey that also exist in our WMIS system, we have used information from that WMIS system to pre-populate your survey. It is possible to automatically enter totalizer volumes recorded in this survey straight into the WMIS system. Please contact IDWR if you would like more information about this. But let's go back to the survey. Let's see what happens when instead of an instantaneous flow rate, you want to enter a totalizer volume. This time it will ask you to provide the volume unit and also whether the measurement you are recording is the starting, the mid-season or the end-of-season totalizer reading. Each of those numbers will be used differently. For example, you can calculate the total water use for a diversion by deducting the starting reading from the end-of-season reading. If you're only recording a totalizer value, you are done with the survey. If you have recorded an instantaneous flow rate, here for a closed conduit device by reading the number from a flow meter, you will now be presented with water right information. Let me now show you the options you have if there is more than one water right associated with the diversion that you are currently at. In this example, there are 4 water rights. And you have the option to specify whether you would like to divide this flow between those 4 different water rights or not. If you do not want to divide the water between the rights, click No. And you are done with the survey. If you do want to divide those water rights between those diversions, click Yes. If you click Yes, then the next question gives you the option to divide the water equally between all the rights. We have a total of 2.2 CFS to divide between those 4 water rights. If I click Yes, you can tell that an equal amount of flow has been attributed to all the different water rights. And at the bottom you will get a message saying success. This means that when you add up the CFS attributed to each of the 4 water rights, added up equals the 2.2 CFS. I'm guessing that most often people are not consuming water at the same rate. So let's go back and not divide the CFS equally between all water rights. We could manually assign CFS to different water rights. To hopefully make it a little easy for you, we have ordered the water rights so that the one with the oldest priority date is listed on top. I can see I have a total of 2.2 CFS to work with, so let me assign 2 of those 2.2 to the first water right. When I scroll to the bottom, I can tell that my success message has disappeared and I see a warning instead. It is telling me that I have 2.2 CFS to work with, but I have only assigned 2 CFS. So there's still 0.2 CFS difference between the two that I have not assigned to any water right yet. So let me go ahead and assume that 0.2 CFS is assigned to the second water right. When I scroll down again, I can see that the CFS assigned to each water right adds up to the same CFS that I entered earlier for the whole diversion. When you have finished recording the measurement information, scroll down to the bottom and you will have the opportunity to add a daily comment. Once you are done, click on the check mark to submit your survey. At this point, you will be presented with the option to send your survey now or later. If you are in an area with cell coverage, go ahead and click Send Now. If you tend to work in areas with no or poor cell coverage, you may decide to send it later and then submit them when you are perhaps in a place that has wireless. Let's do that this time. As soon as I clicked Send Later, an outbox appeared in my survey, and it has the one survey in it that I just did. Now, when I'm in a place with good connectivity, I can click Send. Let me show you one more thing during this video. Let's assume that you find that you made a mistake and you would like to go back and correct that error. Click on the Send box and you can find the survey that we just worked on. You can click on the survey again and choose Edit and Resend Survey. Now you can make any changes to the survey and then submit it again. If you have any questions or any issues with your survey, please do not hesitate to contact us at survey123@idwr.idaho.gov or check out any of the other videos in this series on YouTube. If you happen to be a water master in Idaho and you do not have a survey for your water district yet, but you're interested in pursuing the option of getting one of those, please also contact us